going to give you some context, and then Lizzie's going to take over and give you the details about the Big Idea competition, an authentic piece of assessment for our students. I'm the unit coordinator for a subject called Applied Business Challenge. It's a capstone subject. The learning outcomes are predominantly around problem solving, entrepreneurship, teamwork, comm skills, project management and career development. The way in which we evidence the meeting of those learning outcomes is through two big chunks of assessment. The first one is a 35%, which is two pieces of assessment which are individual. But there's an enormous 65% which goes towards a team project, a project which is geared towards finding a solution to a problem. I've put the word there, industry panel, just to highlight to you that we've always, throughout the history of this subject, used an industry panel at the end of the semester where students make a presentation about their project, and the panel is made up of VU staff as well as members from industry. So we've always had that sense of trying to make it as authentic or as realistic as possible, or that it can be validated out there in the real world. Now, the types of projects that we've had, historically, we've always had the option of a startup, but we've concentrated on a commercial startup business, small business, commercial startup, small business. Lizzie came cartwheeling into our office probably 2 Christmases ago, saying, hey, here's another opportunity under probably that heading of the startup to look at students developing a business plan for a social entrepreneurship, a social enterprise or a social business according to the definition of the Big Idea. We've always had what's called a business challenge, where if we've got students in an industry and they're working for an organisation and they've got a problem, the team work with the organisation to try and help them solve that problem. We've had a long-standing relationship with Bendigo Bank. There's what's called the Bendigo Bank Challenge, where together with mentors from Bendigo Bank, our teams fundraise for a small local charity. And over probably about 8 or 9 years, they've raised in excess of $120,000. So it's quite a remarkable achievement, and students get an enormous benefit from that. And then probably 2 years ago, we introduced the Independent Charity Challenge, because not all students, not all teams get selected for the Bendigo Bank Challenge. They have to actually pitch for it. So we said to them, okay, you've got a passion, you want to do some fundraising on behalf of an independent charity, let's use that model and we'll be the mentors for you. So that's the subject in a snapshot. And I just want to stress it's picking up from a review of the Bachelor of Business, which probably happened maybe 8 or 9 years ago, where the university went out to industry and said, what do you want from potential graduates? And on top of preparing a profit and loss and a balance sheet and a marketing plan, it's all those skills that we're still being told are really important. Problem solving, teamwork, etc., communication skills, etc., etc. So we've got 3 sort of standalone subjects, one in year 1, one in year 2, and this is the one in year 3. So Lizzie's going to take you through the big idea in terms of the competition, the national competition. So I'm going to step back from there and bring that up for her.
Okay, so as you know, the leadership program at VU is about making a difference. It's not about just those leaders out the front, here I am. So I came up, this has been hanging around for 4 years, and I thought it was going to be a really good project for our students to do and be involved in. So basically what happens is the good things the students get, they get a mentor. They get 6 to 8 different webinars about how you work within a team, conflict resolution, different things like that. The presenters of each of these webinars are quite senior. Thanks for that. Are quite senior. So we have the CEO of Telstra, CEO of Google. So we're quite heavily involved, and the students get, they get exposure to this sort of thing. So basically what happens is Maria goes through the program within the classroom, and what happens is then, we have, How many groups did we have?
We started off with 11 and we
Yeah.
probably scaled down to 4 to be part of our own quarter-final, choosing our semi-final, which now presents on Monday through webinar, and then...
Yeah, so, it's just taking my words, but yeah, so that's what we're doing. So there's, 4, we have a panel, and then our students on Monday will be, via webinar, will be in a national final. So that exposes to them. I've got a gut feeling that VU might win. It might be our first one, considering the trend that's happened this year with the underdog winning. I think we might be there, and I know we're laughing, but I really believe the concept we have is magic. And then what else has just happened, and I'll tell you the concept in a minute. And the other magic thing... Cool. The other thing is only two other universities got a wild card in the competition, so we have 2 teams in on Monday, which is great. But seriously, working with these students, and this was real, they had to present really well. Their business plans had to be really good. We had a really strong panel that made judgment on them and really fired some questions at them, and they did really well. Really, really proud. So the idea on Monday, the business, is a food truck. It will be run from Dandenong. It will employ refugee people. Malcolm's not invited. So, yeah, so just in that way, and we will qualify them in hospitality, we'll give them different certificates in RSA and food handling, and we'll drive around and they will earn the money to be able to run the business. The second business is called Mel Talk. It's a little app. It's, well, I don't know that size, whatever app. So, and what it is our Chinese students can talk to our Melbourne students prior to coming, maybe studying at VU or within Melbourne or Victoria, Australia, and they can have good English prior to coming to this country and studying. That's it. Thank you.